Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. Quick reminder, do not sub to the channel today. Don't give us a gifted subscription. Don't use your Prime subscription. Don't re-up your subscription.
Yeah.
Wait until Monday because Twitch is doing this thing called the Hype Challenge. I think it's on the screen somewhere. Oh, wait, I didn't update the screen. You know, we were having some camera trouble this morning.
That's yesterday's.
So,
yeah, so we got these brand new cameras. We've been using them. This is the only week we've been using them? Yes.
Yeah.
And right before we went live, Anthony's camera turned off. And they look like Wall-E, these cameras. And it turned off and just went beep.
Yep.
And we couldn't get to go back. Well, we got it to go back on. It wasn't registering, whole thing. So we think this one's defective. So it'll be getting returned. But like brand new state-of-the-art cameras.
Yeah. I mean, it is it's their older model that they made. I wasn't going to spend $500 on the brand new one. And we got them on Amazon Prime. I think they were trying to like liquidate. So maybe they were just selling all their defective ones.
Oh, well, here we are.
We'll see how that works. And then because of that, we restarted the computer. Therefore,
Whole thing.
the list isn't
He's fixing
isn't
right.
ready. But
Meow.
it will be ready soon. But the reason we're saying not to sub is Twitch is doing this hype challenge that starts on Monday and it runs for about 2 weeks or 11 days, I think exactly. And what they'll do is for every subscription, gifted subscription, Prime subscription, or cheer with a bit, we get a point. We get one EXP, one experience point. And then they have, it's almost like how Marlboro used to have their like points.
Yeah, we had
right?
so
you get like
many
the
things.
Marlboro blanket.
Works. So I can't say it.
Marlboro?
It like
Yeah.
makes these things touch.
And if you're too young to know what that is, basically when you buy cigarettes back in the day,
It's like box tops for
Yeah,
education, except
you'd keep
lung
points.
cancer.
Pepsi points is maybe a better one, a better
you
example.
could get a jet.
Yeah. So they'll give us experience points per community interaction. And there are some pretty cool things that we can get. It included, I think, the top one, which is like 3 million experience points. We're not going to get that. I think that's for like the Amaranths of the world who don't even need this stuff. I think the top prize is a luxury stay at TwitchCon Vegas. So like you get one of the nicer hotel rooms and you get passes to TwitchCon Las Vegas. But then they have other
I'd rather
things.
they do an equipment. I'd rather that.
Well, they have headphones, microphones,
No, actually.
neon lights. They'll put like the Twitch logo, which is called Glitch, and they will put your handle and make it a big neon sign for you.
Until they realize how many letters are in your handle.
You're right. But either way,
Did you make it go?
Not yet.
Well, come on.
I will. Give me a second. It's not on the screen. It doesn't
Chatty
matter.
Cathy over here.
So we just want to see what that's like. And then what's cool is also after that, so it'll be November 7th or 6th to the 17th, I believe, is the run dates for that. Then in December, they're doing what they used to do in September again, which means they'll do discounted subscriptions and discounted bits. So let's say, I think on our channel, you can cheer with a minimum of 100 bits. You would essentially, I think, pay for 80 and we'd get 100. And then Twitch covers the difference.
That's cool.
So there's a lot of cool things Twitch is doing coming up. And we want to be part of the algorithm, part of the algo doing the things they need us to do.
If you're in the chat saying things to us, I can't see it. If you're trying to talk to me.
It's okay. Now I got the chat on the screen.
Okay. Ooh,
You're
discount.
panicking?
Discount December, Lenny said. I love that name.
Yeah. I don't know
But
what
no
they're calling
discounts
it.
here.
What do you mean?
We're not discounted.
No, we are not. And that's the cool thing. I don't know who their sponsor is for their discount in December. I know when they do September, there's usually like Lenovo or one of the big PC brands. But basically that company ends up paying the difference.
It's cool.
In subs and bits and stuff, or splitting it with Twitch or whatever. But those are the things coming up, which is why we are saying do not sub today.
Amazon Prime subs will also count.
Yeah.
So.
All of it.
Cool.
So hang on to them. Give us those experience points on Monday. But one of the things we have to do, Carla Marie, because normally if we get to level 5 of the hype train with subs and bits and whatnot, which, by the way, if you feel like gifting some bits, you're more than welcome. We usually take a shot, but because we are here in No Nonsense November,
We're limiting the alcohol.
Yeah, we're limiting alcohol. Like this weekend, I will have a couple of drinks because I'm going to be in Vegas with my dad. We'll talk about that later. But we're taking a little pause from drinking. So what do we have today?
Wellness shots from Pressed, also I think formerly Pressed Juicery, but they just go by Pressed now. This is their Vitality shot. They're not paying for this. If they would like to.
Vitality shot for wieners? Like what are we talking about? Is this like a do-it shot?
I don't know what's going to happen. Should we not use?
Because like I know if you get the vitamin pack at GNC that's Vitality, I think there's like it's supposed to make things work better.
Okay, so Vitality has coconut water, turmeric, lemon, and black pepper.
So what's it supposed to do?
Well, I've had this one before. Now, you don't take it like a shot because that is a lot of liquid.
Okay.
You are going to be sweating. And then we got one.
It's hot?
We got one for Amy, too.
What's the hot ingredient here?
Turmeric and black pepper.
Turmeric's not like spicy, is it?
It's like
an orangutan? What was that? I want to be like you. Ooh.
Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you, Scotty. It's Vitality, not virality. How do you say that word?
Oh, Vitality, not okay.
Virality. Amy.
Oh, here we go. Amy. Yeah, it is.
No.
Usually, Seattle Cocktail Club provides us with shots
for 3 years, and we've given Amy one thing back.
One. I think that's a fair trade. All right, so pop this thing.
Melissa said, my husband takes the turmeric pill daily. It helps with inflammation. What is happening today? I think my tongue is swollen.
This is every day. You're making it sound like this is different. You ready? Cheers to you.
Don't chug it. I'm telling you.
Okay, cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to everybody. Oh, wait, what happened to my camera? Okay. I mean, the alcohol shots definitely taste better.
This one's actually not that bad. I think maybe the one tomorrow is the spicy one or whatever day.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to fix my other camera.
Ooh. Mmm.
You right there?
Mmm.
Okay. Now we can go to the double shot here.
Okay. Just trying to get that vitality.
I took a little baby sip. It tastes kind of like carrot juice in a weird way.
It does. This isn't the bad one unless they made it less spicy. Did you shake it?
I did shake it. I'll shake it again. All right. So we're not going to just sit here and, what? I'm shaking it more. Relax. What are you, the shot police? All right. Things on the list today.
Look at us. Healthy.
So things on the list today. Oh, where'd it go? We've got Carla Marie and Anthony movie night on November 7th. That is coming up, obviously, next Tuesday. You want to give people the info, Carla Marie?
Yes. 6:15 p.m. at Regal Meridian. The movie is Saltburn. It is completely free for you to come watch. It'll be just a theater of friends, listeners.
And here's the thing. They gave us the whole theater. It's not like you're going to be sitting. I mean, there's going to be people you don't know, but it's not like they gave a bunch of different media outlets passes. This is just us.
Yeah.
So obviously, we want you there. We want you to bring friends, family, whoever it is. There's a link that Carla Marie has.
It's in there. Thank you, Claire.
Claire put it in the chat. Thank you very much. Sign up at that Google link, the Google Doc, and be there on Tuesday.
Yes. And we're also giving away, at that event, we're giving away tickets to Carnival of Cocktails in March. You have to enter to win when you're there. And also, there will be chances to win 1-year memberships to Seattle Cocktail Club.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So please show up, bring some friends. Let us know if you're coming so that we can get excited to see you.
Claire said, let me know if you're going. Maybe we can carpool.
That'd be awesome.
Pick us up.
Yeah, for people coming from either Tacoma or
Olympia,
it's a little bit of a trek. Yeah. Obviously, if you're here or on the east side, it's a little easier. But I'm excited to see if we can actually fill this entire theater because it's 120 seats, something like that. If we can even get
50 people,
100, I think we should make that the goal. And oh my God, it'd be great. You know how like school fundraisers have the little thermometer? we could just fill it in as we get up to 100.
Yep.
Once we get 100 degrees or 98 degrees.
That would be cool. That's Tuesday night. And then Thursday night, if you're in New Jersey, not a free event, but it is a charity gala I'm hosting Four Little Words Project. And
Pretty cool.
tickets, if you're interested, you can DM me, but just go to their website. Tickets are $150, but you're going to get a gift bag. And from what I understand, your gift bag is actually worth more than the ticket.
That's pretty cool.
And it goes to a bunch of different charities. My mom and sisters will be there. I'm very excited. I never get to like do New Jersey
So
things.
you're doing like a speech?
No, I'm like emceeing.
Oh, okay.
I think I may have a little something to say.
I got a question about this pressed juice. Are they supposed to buy like a bigger bottle and this is just a mini?
No, so those are, yes, there are juices that are
Okay.
bigger. These are the shots. So there are smaller
Okay.
ones as well.
I don't feel more.
I actually feel great right
Like,
now. I feel
feel
like I
different.
got the digestive system going now.
But speaking of which, speaking of the shot and your digestive system and feeling great, no nonsense November. Today
Day
is
2.
Day 2, the second official day. How'd you do yesterday in day 1?
I actually was like annoyed at myself because I hit snooze and I was like,
Yesterday.
that was going to be one of my things. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, you basically said you're going to do all 22 things we put on this list. Day 1, let's figure out what we're going to focus on. And then you can add things. And I did see some people kind of saying that in our Discord, that they had main things and then they were going to dabble in some others. And I love that because if you do too many things,
It fails.
it fails. So yesterday, one of the things I focused on was my meal plan. And I'm doing, it's basically one of the Beachbody meal plans that I just remember from back in the day when I was a member and everything. And I did that. I stuck to it to a T. Yesterday.
Okay.
Did not go off track.
So what do you have to do for this thing?
It's just like the amount of food and the types of food that you eat. So your proteins, your carbs, your healthy fats, your fruits, and your veggies, and the exact amount.
Okay.
I did that yesterday, and I was like, okay, I did it. That was great. I worked out. I made my bed. But this morning, before coming here, I made my bed, and that was one of the things I was like, I'm going to do. And I did it.
So you have, I guess, something about your diet is one of yours. Make
got
your bed.
Water.
So I hit my daily water thing yesterday. Are you tracking it?
No. And I slept
So
for
how much water are you trying to have?
2 Stanleys.
What and how many ounces is that?
That's 80.
And why is 80 your number?
Well, 2.5 Stanleys. I should have.
So you're really not tracking anything. You're just drinking out of your Stanley.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Drinking water is obviously the goal. But how are you going to know if you actually accomplished anything?
Because I'll know how many Stanleys I had.
And why? But why is that your number? What was the math?
100 ounces.
Are you sure it's 100 ounces?
There's 2.5 Stanleys would be 100 ounces.
Okay. All right.
Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I was like making sure I put my phone down.
Yeah. I wasn't great with my phone yesterday, but I did. Obviously, I got my workout in. I took all my vitamins. What else? I hit my water goal. Didn't do Netflix or anything like that.
Our cameras are off again. We're not looking at each other.
Why does it keep doing this? Give me 1 second.
We are looking at each other. It just doesn't look like we are.
Here, hold on. For some reason, again, the cameras kind of like screwed us this morning.
Jen said, I did a workout, drank 2 Stanleys, and will be donating a pair of pants that are too big.
Nice. Oh, the other part of it was try to donate or sell 5 different things.
Throughout the month.
And sold a router yesterday that we had left over. So that's one.
Yep.
One is down. Let's see.
So
Move that. Okay.
if you're trying to do a water goal, this is the best way to figure out how many ounces you should be having minimum. So you take your weight, for example, say you weighed 100 pounds. Obviously, no, but
Some people do.
just for math. Okay, so 100 pounds. You turn that into ounces, so say 100 ounces, divide by 2.
Okay.
You should drink 50 ounces of water per day.
That seems really low.
I know. That is the minimum
okay.
of what you should be drinking.
Okay.
No less. 100 ounces, I think, generally is great, but there are, obviously, if you work out, that's,
Yeah.
you should be having more if you're bigger.
And this is why, honestly, most of the water tracking apps, and I know talking about water is not the most exciting thing, but like I use this green app. Here, let me put it on the screen for a second. That's the little icon. Oh, there we go.
See that? Okay.
Here, I'll do it there on yours.
Get out of my.
So that little green icon, and it's called just Water Drink is the name of the app. And when you open it up, this one, the reason I liked it is they don't make you like sign up with your email. You just do the thing. And you can actually do your settings. So when I go in here, let's see. Weight report. So, damn it. I'll find it. Oh, here we go. It basically asks you for your weight, your goals, and kind of your activity level. And it spits out a number, and then you can adjust it. Like, I always lean to go a little more. Because that way when I hit the sauna and stuff, I'm sweating a lot. So
Fair.
I'm supposed to have, according to this, 123 ounces a day. And then I just hit the little tap button. There. I just drank 20 ounces.
It is crazy how much better you feel when you're drinking water.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't. My problem is now I wake up to pee 3 times a night.
Well, you have to time it better.
I know.
Drink most of it early, and then you're
before
good.
7 p.m.
What are some other issues people are having so far? And I mean, hopefully no one's having an issue yet with No Nonsense November because it's still very, very early.
I don't know that there's issues yet.
Or questions that people might have.
What is the name of the app? Water Drink?
Just Water Drink. But there's a million apps. I have no, strong connection with this one. Oh, and thank you, Lisa. She said she listened to the Morning Show podcast yesterday and today because obviously one of the main goals should be to listen to the Morning Show podcast every day that it's posted. Oh, that is interesting. So Martha said her issue is not having Mikey there with her for motivation, her husband.
Where is he?
Because they do a lot of things together. And
Where'd he go?
Oh, he just disappeared. He's gone. No, I'm kidding. I don't know where he went. That is true for a lot of people. If you do things together, like if you have a gym buddy, sometimes if that gym buddy is on vacation or traveling for work or whatever, it's tough.
Yeah.
To keep in that rhythm, which is why you have to make sure you are responsible yourself as well. I think having a partner to do it is great.
So we have a whole Discord.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have the whole Discord in there.
Dana said, my November started off with a lot of nonsense, so I'm giving myself until Monday to start. I love it.
That's fine. And listen, this isn't a hard, this isn't a diet bet challenge where you're supposed to weigh in the beginning and weigh out at the end. This is just a thing. If you feel like doing it, go for it. There were some people on the comments on the Instagram post, like, would never do this. I'm like, then don't.
I didn't see those. Oh, I can't wait to go
then
yell
don't
at
do it. And then one person did say that there were too many things on the list, and it's going to fail if you try to do that. So I had to remind them, we're not asking anyone to do anything, but we're suggesting that you take anywhere from 5 to 10. And
literally says that.
And I get it. People are busy. Not everyone is going to read every single word. People see things and they make snap judgments. That's the way the world works. I've decided years ago, I am not going to get frustrated or annoyed when that happens because it's a lot to assume I'm going to have someone's undivided attention for anything.
Sure.
For anything. You're annoyed, apparently.
Well, when I go to comment on something,
yeah,
anything, in the rare instance that I do, I'm like, let me make sure I'm not going to look like an idiot and check everything.
Yeah, you have a different filter. We talk about this a lot. Your social media filter is different because you use social media for work. What's up, Carla Marie? Oh my God, what is going on? I'm going to snap this camera in half. I'm going to freak out. Wait, let's see if it's it. Okay. See this button, Carla Marie?
Yeah.
I locked that before, and it magically just undid it on its own.
We'll fix it.
I did. See, now it'll stay here, right? And it should stay here for good. It'll shift at some point. We're definitely returning this camera. Because yours is fine.
But what I've been trying to tell you is that this looks normal to you and I right now. But when it goes on Twitch, it flips. So we are still backwards on Twitch. No. They're literally saying it.
Let's see. Let me see what we look like on the interwebs. Because I fixed it when you mentioned it before. Go to our channel here. Guys, this is what happens when you try to make things better. Sometimes it doesn't work. See? Look, we're good.
Wait, look at me.
I am. There's a delay.
Oh, that's really hard. Okay, good. Then now I...
See?
Oh, yeah, that's...
We're good. I told you I fixed it.
Guys, I don't understand. What do you mean we're backwards?
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying by being backwards. Are you saying we switched sides?
No, we didn't switch sides.
Oh, I get what they're saying. So when we go to the wide shot, I am on one side. When we go to this shot, I'm on the other side. That's not a big deal. We'll fix that later. As long as it looks like we are looking at one another, it's fine. You're not going to see it there, Carla. They're not talking about this shot. Look at the two screens.
Martha said backwards.
Yep. You're not
because we're on our opposite sides.
Yes. So look at the other screen. See how we flip?
That's because we're moving around really quick. Oh, my Seahawks logo is backwards.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, then we look cross-eyed. When you do we're mirrored.
Yes. Why would we look
because
cross-eyed?
Whenever you do the mirror thing, people look weird. Not like full cross-eyed.
Again, based on our camera issues this morning, we're going to leave it the way it is right now, and we're just going to deal with it.
Yeah, but there's an option to hit mirror on mirror. I saw it.
On what?
On the camera app.
Yes, but then each of our cameras is going to be facing the other way, which is not what we want. Guys, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm not talking about the cameras again. It is a very frustrating day for me. So we're just going to let it go, and you're not going to poke me on this, okay? Let it go. Okay. Moving on now. Okay. Carla Marie. What's on the list?
Me?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to. What's on the list? What do we got?
I can't see it. I don't know.
There. Here. Happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Trick or treat beef.
There we go.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is yours.
Yeah. I almost got into a fight with a child. Like a 10-year-old. Maybe 9.
So explain what happened.
So for Halloween, our treats, if you will, were bags of chips. So we had Doritos, Cheetos, barbecue chips, Lay's, and Fritos. It was like the pack from Costco. And every kid was like, oh! Like when they would see the bucket that I had. And they were like, and they would like go through. I'd let them pick. It like took them a while. They weren't sure. It was cute. Every kid, oh, awesome, Cheetos, whatever. They run away. This kid stands there and he starts going through all of them. And the mom has to come up and start describing to him what each thing is because I don't think he's ever had a Dorito or a Cheeto.
How old is this kid?
9, 10.
Okay.
And he was like, she was trying to describe Doritos to him. I don't remember what she was saying, but it was something like, well, you're not going to like this because it's cheesy or the way it tastes, like whatever she said. And I was like, oh boy. So then he goes, nah, I'm good.
Okay.
After like, I don't know, 30 to 45 seconds. And I was like, and Caroline had gone out of the door right to the side, like didn't run away. And I had to get her. So as they walked away, I went to get Caroline and I heard the kid say to his mom.
Caroline the cat, by the way, for people who don't know.
I heard the kid say to his mom, how could people just have chips? And I was like, bro, you are the first upset customer I've had, and I'm giving this shit to you for free.
Yeah. I mean, listen, maybe the kid just isn't, maybe they're not a chip family.
No, that kid needs to be disciplined.
It seems very disciplined if he's not eating chips.
Exactly. No. Also, he needs to get out of his bubble and eat a chip.
Well, that's different. That's very different.
There's one thing between having your kid eat healthy, right? Mm-hmm. Another thing in sheltering them from the world.
Yeah. But maybe they're just not a chip family. Maybe that's not their snack of choice.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
You're trick-or-treating.
Just grab the bag and go, kid. Yeah.
I was like, I think I said something to the mom. I was like, do you want some?
There were a couple of kids that took a little longer to grab their bags. And I want to be like, just take the bag and go, kid. I know. There's 3 options. Move it along here.
Okay, I'm glad everyone in the chat is reacting the same way I was because Anthony was just like, why do you care so much?
Yeah, you were, let me explain. Carla Marie was, I'm not exaggerating, talking about this kid for 3 hours.
I couldn't believe it.
Just out of nowhere, she'd go, I can't believe that kid didn't want chips. I can't believe he didn't know what chips were. Blah, blah, blah.
Fred said he needs to be on the government watch list. He gives us serial killer vibes. Yeah.
The trick-or-treating is interesting. It's funny. I don't know if it's just a trend now because people do like trunk-or-treating and sometimes Halloween is like trick-or-treating is moved in certain towns and communities to weekends maybe. I saw a lot of people posting on social media about how there were no trick-or-treaters this year.
Trunk or treat killed trick-or-treating.
Now, does trunk or treat normally happen at like a school or a church or some sort of
Yes.
like, okay.
Both. Or town community centers.
Who organizes it?
So
The town?
there was a trunk or treat at the school around the corner from us over the weekend. And then the weekend or the night or weekend before that, there was a trunk or treat at the basketball court for the other school.
And
there were, no joke, 40 to 50 cars in that parking lot. Like, if your kid gets 50 pieces of candy, you're not taking them out on a school night to go trick-or-treating again. You already did it.
Yeah.
And if they're young enough, they don't even need to know.
Listen, I don't know if trunk or treating started when I was, like, if anyone was doing it when I was a kid. But my question is it fun? Is it fun just walking around a parking lot? I mean, obviously, you still get the end result. There's candy.
It is fun only because it's not just candy in your trunk. Like, parents go all out in decorating their trunks and, like, making each car an experience for the most part. So it's like a cool Halloween party. And it's much safer, right? Because you have everyone from your school in there. You're not walking around the whole town, ringing people's doorbells. But also, like, I got to talk to our neighbors that I don't really ever get to see. And I was like, oh, you live up the street. Like, there's also that part of Halloween.
But you technically could also do that at a trunk or treat if you're in the same neighborhood.
Yes. But our neighbor, Olivia, went around with her niece. And she was asking me how many trick-or-treaters we were getting at our houses. And I was like, I don't, like, 5, 6, whatever. I mean, they're coming in groups, but that's how many times the doorbell rang. She went a few streets up, and she said the streets were packed. And she's like, also, these houses up here are insane. And I think that, like, we're the poor people, and kids don't want to ring our doorbell.
I mean, possibly. But I think there's also, when you're in a city that has a bunch of townhomes like Seattle, they don't feel as neighborhoody as if you drive down a street that has regular houses,
and
if
she
you
said
will, with a yard and stuff like that.
They were also, like, all out decorated.
Yeah. So, and I know there were some streets in the area, and I'm sure every community is like this a little bit, where one block, essentially, like, they all kind of decorate together, or it's the one block that has all the crazy decorations.
Like, for all our townhouses did something together.
It'd be cool. There's no reason you can't. You just have to, I would say, like, mid-September, you go around to everyone on the street and say, like, hey, what if we all put this type of decoration out, or if we all go nuts, and then you attract it, like moths to a flame, you know? Like kids to candy. But anyone in the chat that has kids, do you prefer trunk or treating, or do you prefer actually going around the neighborhood?
Vicky said her trunk or treat came in second place.
Oh, like her car in the... That's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool that they actually, like, do that as well. Let's see. House to house, says Martha. We used to do my... Because I grew up in Ridgewood, which is like a nicer, fancier town, I guess. And most of my cousins would all come. We'd all go to my grandmother's house because she was in, like, the nicest of the neighborhoods. And we would all just go around that area. And we'd take pillowcases. We didn't have, like, the cute little bags or buckets. We just had pillowcases, and we would fill those things up.
Yep. Full-size
candy bars, everything.
Yeah, we had the buckets when we were little, and then once my brother, like, we were probably, like, 8. Ashley was probably 5. My brother would come home from work, and we'd do a second round of trick-or-treating, and he would take us to spots, like, that my mom was... I'm not going there. Yeah. So he would take us and he would be like, come on, let's go. Next house, next house. Like, it was the best memory ever. And we would have the same thing, the pillowcases. Like, Ashley couldn't even carry hers. And we'd go home and we'd sort it out and we'd trade candy, and it's
a good time. But there are some Halloween rules that were broken over the weekend or over the past week. And I found this, I understand it. I understand why the rule was made. But I also think it's ridiculous. Have you seen the actors and actresses,
the SAG Awards,
who have been, like, outed by SAG, the union, SAG-AFTRA? I guess there was a memo that went out a couple of weeks ago, like mid-October, that said, listen, have fun on Halloween to all of our SAG-AFTRA union members, but if the work that your costume is based on, the intellectual property, if you will, is something that is currently being struck during their union strike, please don't wear a costume for those projects.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds came out and was like, how am I going to tell my kids they can't be whatever and whatever? Yeah. But it was a joke.
But I get it. And Megan Fox, I guess, is one of the people, because she dressed up as Uma Thurman from Kill Bill. Ooh. Cool costume.
Okay, here's my thing, though.
Yeah.
all of these costumes, when you're buying them, they're not. It's not like the money is going to Hollywood. They're all fake.
Especially, well,
like
not
if you
even
were going to
that.
buy a Dwight costume, it would be like Office Nerd.
Well, think about it this way, though. These actors aren't going to Spirit Halloween. They're getting like really cool, like good clothing. And I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you.
It's not
what
like
the actor is buying isn't going to the movie studio.
Like, okay, so if I was in SAG, right?
Yeah.
Still, because that means everyone at Elvis' show also.
They do treat the unions differently, though. It's different parts of the same union.
Okay, just for the sake of this story.
Yeah.
If we were still on radio in New York, we would have been in SAG-AFTRA.
Yes.
I could not have been Dwight.
Correct.
Nothing
If
I
the
bought.
office is part of, is the office part of like the strike?
It would have, but it's not.
Okay.
But yeah, but it would have. I guess, yeah. But were you? That's the other thing. Kill Bill was made how much? It's not like people are still working on Kill Bill.
Listen, I understand because the union wants to like put their foot down and make these brands kind of not exist without them. But it's also a stupid rule, and it's a stupid thing to get upset about. Like, I guess different actors and the union all wrote letters to Megan Fox.
And you know what she did with those?
Absolutely
Deleted
nothing.
them.
Wiped her butt with
Fran Drescher, who is the union president.
Yeah.
They did an SNL skit. She loved it, but they did an SNL skit about her and saying it was like her being like, no, you can't, like to kids, you can't dress as this or whatever. But I wonder how she feels about SNL then having Spider-Man on the show. Like it was like one of the kids were dressed as Spider-Man. So does that?
I don't know. It's messy, and I think it's where I agree with the union. Go get your money. Right, I'm almost always going to agree with a union trying to get more money from a corporation.
But I don't like it's.
But
it's not
that
like,
part of it, I think, was dumb.
Listen, if someone saw my costume and was like, "I'm going to go watch The Office now,"
they were probably going to watch it anyway. They weren't going to watch it for the first time this week because of your costume. Yeah. Speaking of SNL, though, I feel like the episodes have been getting a lot better, and I feel like I've heard more people talking about SNL skits than I have in a long time.
Interesting.
And I wonder, and I said this was going to happen after Trump lost the 2020 election. I feel like SNL got too Trump heavy, where every single episode, it got to a point where it was annoying.
Yeah.
It's like you could also make regular jokes. They don't all have to be political. You don't have to sing "We Are the People" or whatever song they sung on that one episode of SNL. And I think it's been good that they've actually gone away, for the most part, from the political commentary. Mm-hmm. They'll still make fun of politicians, but they've always made fun of politicians, right? They've made fun of Bill Clinton. They've made fun of George Bush. They've made fun of Barack Obama. And that was fine. I don't make fun of all the politicians.
Please.
But I feel like it's gotten so much better recently. And a couple of the skits that I saw from this past weekend were phenomenal.
I only saw that one, so I got to go back.
Let's see. Yeah, the George, that's a good one. I was about to call him Cheese Dot, which is Brett, said the George Washington skit was really good. It's hard to explain.
I'll just go watch it.
Just go watch it. It's George Washington and the Continental Army, and they're just describing all the weird things that America would end up becoming.
Okay.
I did not see Biden and the ladder. But again, I'm not saying I didn't like the fact that they made fun of Trump. I think
it was just every
episode, and it got so heavy for a while. It's like, this is
I think a lot
supposed
of
to be a comedy show.
Was also because people loved having Alec Baldwin back.
Yeah. I thought his sketches were fine.
Except now.
Well, now he's a murderer, so
I guess that's why they don't do it.
There's that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they got him off the show very quickly at that point. I didn't see Bad Bunny was on there either.
Okay.
That's cool. So go check out SNL if you haven't in a while. I feel like it's back to being a cultural kind of like staple. Vegas is on the list.
Have you ever? My sister just started calling me right now.
Oh. Maybe she wants to talk about.
She certainly
SNL.
doesn't even know what SNL stands for.
This is Ashley Marie?
Yeah.
She knows SNL. Ask her. No. Okay. Vegas is where I will be headed Saturday. And if you remember, when I brought up No Nonsense November, I said there were going to be 2 days that I would create kind of like days of grace for
That's
myself.
what I was calling it too, yep.
And going to Vegas is one of them. Now, the good thing about my trip to Vegas is it's pretty short. The only full day I have is Sunday. And I'll be at the Raiders games, which means I'll be having whatever food I want there, and I might have a drink or two. But I don't get there until 9:30, I think, on Saturday. My dad gets there a little bit after me, and he's flying from Jersey, so I don't know how tired he's going to be with a full day of retail work. And then Monday, I leave at, I think, noon-ish. So it's not like I have that much time, but you don't need that much time in Vegas to make bad decisions. I'm also going with my dad.
I was going to say, doing Vegas with a parent is so interesting.
I don't think I've ever traveled alone with my dad outside of me and him driving to Canada, which it was just a drive, and then I was with all my cousins there, and he was with his siblings. I don't know if I've done that with my mom either, actually, now that I think about it.
It's a short trip, but you'll start to be like, why are my parents like this?
I say that all the time, and I'm sure they say that about me all the time as well.
It's such a bizarre thing when you like spend so much alone time with your parents that you don't normally do, and you're like...
And the reason we're going is the Giants are playing the Raiders. I am a season ticket holder for the Raiders, so normally I take my brother, and I was going to originally take 2 trips this year. I was going to go this weekend with my dad, and then the weekend of Thanksgiving with my brother, and their scheduling things just didn't work out. So we're going to end up selling that Kansas City game for the first time.
Taylor Swift might be there.
Taylor Swift Bowl in Vegas.
She's already on tour then.
Yeah, but what if she doesn't have... That's Thanksgiving weekend. You don't
She'll
think she wants to be back?
I think she's in Asia at that point.
On Thanksgiving? She's not a real American, huh? Leaving the country on Thanksgiving.
Anyway.
May as well shit on a flag. Taylor.
Bro.
What? Anyway, what?
So on Monday, it will be the Carla Marie show here.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Anything I want.
It's a big day because that starts the hype challenge for Twitch. You got to get those. You got to get those subs in. Subs, Prime subs.
Yeah.
I want to see 700 subscriptions on Monday.
Okay,
Carla Marie.
I got it.
700.
Yeah. I have to pee really bad. That little thing.
Yeah.
Just made it all go.
So go for it. You're taking your headphones with you?
Well, they're wrapped.
Oh. Well, now it's just me. So let's see if this camera is deciding to work again. Oh, look. I am on the screen this time, and it hasn't moved. Perfect. Oh, that's true, Meg. Carla Marie could get a special co-host from Seattle Cocktail Club. She could get a co-host from anywhere. I know at one point there was a day that I didn't think I was going to make it, and Carla Marie was trying to get Jake, baby Jake, producer Jake, to join her. But honestly, with all the technical issues that we've been having, I think she should keep it as basic as possible, because doing all this stuff isn't, not that she can't do it, it's just frustrating, and then hosting the show by yourself at the same time seems like that wouldn't be very fun. And Jake would be funny. Jake's always funny. She could also open up a phone line and just have you guys call all morning. The Pee Break should be sponsored. I agree. We've talked about this for a little bit now. I think in the new year, we might build in some breaks to the show because going for an hour is a lot. I know it doesn't sound like it, but when you're on this side of the camera, it can be a lot. And then we can build in a couple ad breaks with Twitch and see if that actually makes enough money for us that it's worth it. You know, if they end up paying us $30 a month for ad breaks, it's not worth it because it breaks up the show, and we value your time, and we don't want to shove a bunch of ads in here. But I also know that with Twitch, I think you might have to stream longer than we do to run any profitable ad breaks. So we'll figure it out. Carla Marie, Brett's going to co-host with you on Monday. Okay. You said, I've been preparing for this. Tag me in, Tones. I told him that, when was the time you were thinking about inviting Jake to co-host with you?
It was last time we were out.
When was that? I don't remember. That must have been a while ago.
Because you were going to the doctor for your foot or something.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
Apparently, the cool thing to do this year is tear
No, you
your
know, it was going to be the day I was supposed to be in South Carolina for my friend's bachelor party. Which we just said we weren't going to have the show. And I ended up tearing my Achilles.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed yesterday, Carla Marie, we were leaving the house and I forgot something upstairs and I ran up the stairs.
Ooh.
It's working.
Isn't it crazy that like all these people are tearing their Achilles now after you?
Listen, I don't want to take too much credit, but when you're a model like me and a fashion trendsetter and a fashion icon, sometimes people don't understand. You don't have to follow every trend, right? So Aaron Rodgers, big fan of the show.
Mr. Johnson.
He decided, you know what? I saw that guy Anthony, who I watch 3 days a week and listen to every day, heard he tore his Achilles. So he got a lot of attention. So I'm going to do it.
Martha said her friend just did too. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, you watch the slow-mo and you literally see it roll up his leg.
You kind of saw it with Aaron Rodgers, but with Kirk Cousins, when they do the slow-mo, it is bad. You can see it roll up his legs. Ugh. I know. I was agreeing with you. That's probably the most graphic one that I've seen.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you that. Thank you, Tacoma Swiftie. Simu Liu.
No way.
Yeah. Had surgery and everything.
Was he like training?
I don't know what happened. I just saw the surgery part. Anthony's in his influencer era.
Big deal. Big influencer, big Achilles energy here.
Who's paying you? Big med?
Johnson & Johnson. Same sponsor that
no, I think
Aaron Rodgers has.
Surgeons of America.
Pro-Lions.
I think the
Seattle.
deal you made was, all right, Surgeons of America, I'll tear my Achilles, but I don't want surgery.
No, I'm excited. I'm at the point now where I think I've said this like 3 times now. I think when I go to physical therapy tomorrow, they might put me on that cool treadmill.
Finally.
We'll see. I'm going to push for it tomorrow because we've been doing a lot of stuff. And I'm at a point now, too, where I'm doing like weird things in the gym to work on my lower body strength and mobility. Like yesterday, I got, the Bosu ball, which is like the half ball that has the plastic on one side. So I put the round part on the ground.
The ball part.
The ball part on the ground. I'm standing on the gray plastic part. And originally, I had to just balance for 30 seconds on one leg to get like some of that those mobility muscles going. That got easy, so I had to push it to a minute each leg. Then I pushed it to 3 rounds of a minute with a little bit of a break between, and I alternate legs. And now I'm at a point where I take it's like a 2-pound medicine ball, so it doesn't weigh a lot.
And hold it out?
I toss it from one hand to another to shift the weight and make it a little harder. That got easy. So now for a minute, I'm passing the ball around my waist, like just keeping the.
People are probably like, "What is this?"
Well, I'm doing that for a total. Oh my God! I'm going to show you, Carla Marie. Why did that button just click itself?
A douche.
We have a faulty camera. Sorry, everybody. There we go. It's also why we need like a full-time producer one day so that they can deal with the cameras like I used to do for Elvis and Romeo. They didn't have to worry about the shit. Anyway, so I'm doing that for 6 minutes now in the gym every day. I'm spinning the ball around me in front of everybody.
You should get you know what you should do while you're up there?
What?
Hula hoop.
I'd have to bring a hula hoop with me though.
They don't have them there?
I don't believe so. There used to be a girl who would bring in, it wasn't a hula hoop. It was like a giant ring.
There's weighted hula hoops.
No, she was like a Cirque du Soleil person. She'd bring in a giant ring that she could fit inside of, where like she'd be holding the top 2 parts and her feet would be inside, and she'd like
where the like in
spin around the gym. And sometimes she would do it in like the racquetball area. Sometimes she would do it downstairs in the room that's used for yoga. But she would just like spin around. When you go to the same gym for a long time, you end up seeing weird stuff. And now I'm the weird person.
It's called the Sire Wheel.
Sure, yeah. But she's in it.
Wow.
I haven't seen her in a long time, though.
Thank you, Jess, for
Hope
that.
she's doing well.
Martha said, taking a friend to the airport. Have a great weekend, everyone. That is a great friend.
Yeah.
That is huge.
There are certain things that I didn't realize people didn't do until I got much older. The two of them are people calling cars to an airport. I didn't realize people didn't always just have a family member drive them to the airport. Because my whole life, no one took a taxi to an airport. Uber was later, but no one did any of that. No one set up an airport shuttle. If you had a family member coming into or leaving, you drove them.
Yeah.
The other thing is I didn't realize people actually used moving companies until I was like 30. Because in my family, we have so many family members that no one ever uses a moving company. Everyone just grabs their cars. All the nieces and nephews are carrying boxes up and down the stairs, probably damaging a good amount of things.
But like I land in Newark Airport now and I have to beg my niece, depending on the time, like, Gabriella, can you please pick me up?
You also live very close to the airport.
Right.
Yeah.
My
So it's
parents
like a $6 ride.
My mom will go, just take it Uber.
But it's like a $6 ride. I live about
It's
40
not
minutes away.
a $6 ride.
How much is it? 20?
Depends, 20.
An Uber from the airport to my parents' house is anywhere between $65 and $95.
Gross.
So it's a lot different. But I just never realized people actually paid movers. I never realized people actually paid for airport shuttles. I thought it was just like, I thought you had to be super rich to do that. Mm-hmm. Because my family just never did it.
Well, I mean, because that's smart.
Well, yeah.
Lisa said that if we ever need someone to pick us up from Newark Airport, they live 20 minutes away.
Yeah, but you'd have to go a long way in the opposite direction, which would not be good for...
They can plan out cookie deliveries on the route.
They could. But we would even drive our family members to... So if you're not familiar with the New York, New Jersey area, we have 3 airports. On the Jersey side, you have Newark, which is North Jersey. Then you across the river, when you get to New York, you've got LaGuardia, which is technically the closest to Manhattan, but the shittiest of the 3 airports. And then further out on Long Island, or I guess it's Queens. No, it's like the border. You have JFK.
Yeah.
So getting from where I grew up to JFK is a trek. Not only is it far, but you have to deal with like 3 different types of traffic on the way there.
Yeah.
We would still drive our family there.
No.
Which now I realize is crazy.
I would never expect someone to pick me up from JFK. I also will never fly into JFK. We did it once or twice.
We did it when we had status with Delta because we checked our bags for free and they would upgrade us to first class.
Still not worth it.
Yeah. No. Well, I realize now for the people that were picking us up, definitely not worth it.
No. Okay. So we have one more thing on the list.
Okay. Want me to go back to the list? There you go.
Yes. Right? One more? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Passive aggressive or kind. I need people to weigh in on this. Mm-hmm. So my friend texted me because her newish neighbor is not like the person just moved in, but like it's not someone that has been next door forever. She left her trash cans out, like garbage came and then they were out a little longer after.
Okay.
The new neighbor took her cans and brought them like to her side area where
That's
they
nice.
go. And she's like, I can't tell if this was nice or like you left your cans out.
Oh, so you think he could have been like passive aggressively?
Annoyed that the cans. Sorry, it wasn't. It was the next, like garbage day was, say it was a Monday, right? Mm-hmm. It was Tuesday morning when he took her cans in because she still left them out.
I think that's nice.
I think it's borderline. Like it could have been nice, but it also could have been like, I'm going to move your cans because I don't want to see them.
Either way, end result is nice.
But
she doesn't have to bring her cans in. Someone else did it for her. What? You could continue talking.
Well, I'm trying to think because I know one time our neighbor Olivia was away. Mm-hmm. She put her cans out and then like had to leave. And I texted her, I was like, hey, I'll take your cans in for you, whatever.
But you knew she was away.
I knew she was away. But I feel like it all depends. It could be like you're lazy and I'm moving these for you.
Of course. I understand how it could be seen as like kind of jerky, passive aggressive. This is the first time it's happened?
Yes.
I would say maybe the neighbor had some extra time, wanted to be nice. It's a new neighbor, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe they want to, gain some brownie points.
If I started moving our neighbor's trash cans, mm-hmm. and also if a neighbor, because you can't get into our area, right? It's locked. Mm-hmm. So if that means someone would have to take our trash cans and just put them closer to our house, like, how sometimes I'll move them just to get them off the street. If someone did that, I'd be like, get the fuck off my property.
Well, maybe you're not a good neighbor. I feel like it's a neighborly thing to do. Yeah. I like Diva Woman. Assume the best. Assume the best. Now, if he left a note or something and it was passive aggressive, then maybe you know. So I think just assume the best.
Okay.
And also maybe move your trash cans earlier if you don't want anyone else to do it.
Scotty said you can be fined if they're left out too long. I don't know if that's a rule in Ballard because there's people that just keep them on the street.
Yeah. Some people, based on the way their townhomes or apartments are set up, because they have like stairs and let me finish. And getting that big ass recycling thing up and down the stairs is probably a pain in the ass. So maybe they're like,
well,
granted.
I'm going to put them in the little app.
You're going to narc? You're a narc?
I'm a narc.
Wow, Carla Marie. Disappointed in you. Let's see. What did Chris say here,
said,
Carla Marie?
If your definition of being passive aggressive is to do a chore, for me, be passive aggressive all day, every day.
Exactly. Sometimes you just take the end result. Yeah. Who cares how it got there? Take the end result and be happy with it. And if you don't like it, then put your garbage away yourself. You know, if you don't do something, someone's going to do it for you, which is kind of nice. Like Carla Marie in the dishes. What?
Take it back.
You did the dishes yesterday. That was nice.
Okay. I do the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
Just not at the speed that you would like them to be done.
Yes.
And that's a you problem.
It could
that
be.
That is 100% a you problem.
It could be. Let's see. Kendi said, my neighbor puts our... Oh, here we go.
Lisa and Jen both just said, now that was passive aggressive.
My neighbor puts ours away sometimes. He's an older guy who gets bored and does random things around the small town. That's amazing.
I wish we had that. We don't have like a cute old neighbor.
I'll tell you what.
We got all these millennials that just leave their cans and their mail.
I cannot wait to be the old neighbor. I already know some of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to have the little claw picker upper that you can get from like
Why don't you get it now?
The boardwalk, and I'm going to pick up garbage. Right?
Do you mean because the people have to use it to get the stuffed animals down when you win a prize?
There are also prizes you can get. The little claw thing.
You can get it. My parents got one at, I forget where they got it. It was like, what's that like hardware liquidator place on Route 17?
National Liquidators.
Something. I think they got it there because they got tall cabinets now and they can't get things down, but they're complaining that it doesn't clamp as well. So they found a new one somewhere else that was way cheaper and
if they want to get rid of their old one, I'll take it. Because I'll pick up some garbage. I think I'll probably also maybe rake some leaves. Just keep my street clean, you know? I'm going to be the street cleaner guy.
Side of the street clean.
Huh? Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah, I don't know if I would be like, because I know there's also old people that like will prune people's flowers and stuff. I'm not gonna be the green thumb old guy, but I will be the clean neighborhood old guy.
Can you rake the leaves now?
Do we have leaves? Do we have a rake?
No.
No, I can't. I can't rake the leaves if I don't have one. But I'm excited. What, Carla Marie?
Kendi said, hold on.
This one?
I missed the first message, but this says, however, he trimmed branches from our trees and one fell and broke our window. So there's that.
Hey, sometimes things happen. You got to take the good with the bad with the good.
I've trimmed a tree branch. I don't know if it's our tree or someone else's, but
I see people in Seattle, and I don't know how they like volunteer to do this or where they get their little vests and signs from. But there are people, we've talked about this a lot. In Seattle, we have these not roundabouts, but they're basically trees planted in the middle of the road.
You can sign up
in residential neighborhoods to keep people from going too fast. And I will see people, usually older people, taking care of that tree and the shrubbery around it.
I saw a sign once that asked for people to sign up.
That's pretty cool. And then there's a lady, I don't know, this definitely isn't through the town, but there's a bus stop near the gym, and she cleans it all the time. Because it's also a bus stop where a lot of homeless people end up hanging out.
That's nice.
And there's garbage that ends up accumulating there. So she sweeps the whole that one side of that one block.
Uh-huh.
She sweeps it. She weeds the.
I have seen her do this.
She weeds between the building and the sidewalk, and then she disappears for a month.
I mean, if you have you have a great 401k, you're retired, you got to keep yourself busy. Why not?
Why don't we? I think what we should do as a society is every major city should create a job per block, right? And your job is to keep that block clean.
No.
Why not? it makes, think about the thousands of jobs it would create, millions of jobs
That's
it
fine
would
if
create.
it's a job, but also like if
Yeah,
you,
no, you have to get paid for it though.
yeah.
Even if it's minimum wage, you just get paid for keeping the street clean, for sorting recycling that gets thrown on the ground or whatever. And you get the ability, you get deputized, and you can write tickets for people that litter.
That would be nice.
I like it. And parking tickets.
Nish said, my husband wants to be the crosswalk guard near the elementary and middle schools. We watch older gentlemen every morning post up with their vest and hat. Does a great job in the school zone where kids cross.
I always think about that when I was walking home from school, from my elementary school to my grandmother's. And there were two older women that were our crossing guards at two different streets. I don't think they ever missed a single day. They were always, and I wonder what happened. Like, I mean, they're probably not around now, but where did they come from? Were they just grandmothers in the neighborhood? Did they come from somewhere else? I don't know.
Yeah, we had an old man. He was so nice.
Yeah.
At elementary school and high school, I got into a fight with our crossing guard.
And wasn't it you recently that was talking about that Netflix documentary about how people like live longer?
Yes.
And one of the things was to like mix age groups so that they interact. I know that was in an apartment building.
Yes.
But I think we need to make sure that's still happening.
Mm-hmm. But like, you can't just make old people interact with 6-year-olds because that doesn't help. They need to interact with.
But you just get them out there. Maybe they should all be block captains, like my idea.
Captains. Okay. Slow your roll.
When I become mayor of Seattle,
Olivia and I are.
You're the neighborhood watch. You guys are the po-po.
We're Pacific Neighborhood Watch.
How did this happen? Where'd you get the Pacific Neighborhood Watch from?
It's PNW.
Okay. But you're not really on the Pacific.
That we live in the PNW.
No, I get that. But really, you're the Puget Sound Neighborhood Watch. You're the Puget Neighborhood Watch, PNW.
Ugh.
It is. Puget is an ugly word. Can you do the no sub? Wait, what is this?
All month of November so I can watch on Twitch. I don't know what you mean by that, but you can always watch. If you mean the replay, you're still not going to be able to watch the replay if you don't sub.
Correct. But that's on YouTube.
You can watch on YouTube.
Yeah. I think that's what
But you can always watch even if you're not a sub. Watch live.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, what else
the whole point of not subbing now is to sub next week.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what this hype challenge, Jesus.
This cool hip
is
challenge.
all about. I want to look up real quick some of the easy things. Twitch hype challenge. Here we go.
Oh, you know what I want to be when I'm old? A lunch lady.
The 2022. Oh, this is
Last year.
Why is it bringing an old one up?
It says 2000. So.
That's a video.
Maybe it's like only like secret website. You can only get to it from that link.
Maybe.
It's probably unsearchable.
Let me try one more thing because it should be in our dashboard now.
I had lunch ladies that were so nice. My grandma was a lunch lady. I would go with her. She was a lunch lady at Lyndhurst High School. And on like Fridays, my grandpa would pick us up from school and then we would go pick her up because she was, I guess there was like after school lunch food. I don't know. And we'd sit in there and eat some pizza.
Okay, so I'm looking here.
Like all those high school kids, where are they now? They were probably 10 years older than me. It's crazy.
Your live manager stream. No, where is the hype challenge thing? I don't know what's going on anymore. Maybe we lost it. But either way, there's a bunch of prizes. I know one of them is just like a $10 Amazon gift card.
Ooh.
And I think if we get that, maybe we'll do a raffle on the stream and give it away. But up until Monday, hopefully you don't stream or don't sub to this channel. That way we can save all of those for November 6th through November 17th. We want to rack up as many subs and bits as we possibly can during that time.
Yep.
And then in December, we'll be able to do it all over again. So
good times.
Appreciate you here for hanging out with us. Carla Marie, any last words?
Don't forget to come to the movie.
Oh, yeah. Give people the information one more time.
Okay. Tuesday.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry.
The stream is not over.
No.
Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, 6:15 p.m. It doesn't start then. That's when we want people to get there. The movie is Saltburn. It's a thriller, not a horror movie. Yeah. And it's just a private screening. It's our job to fill up the theater. So come hang out with us.
And the link, I think Claire just put it in the chat. It
Thank
will
you,
be in
Claire.
the description of the YouTube video. And if you have any questions, just DM us. I am at Worst Anthony on Instagram.
I'm at the Carla Marie. Movie's free, by the way, and
Yep.
we're also raffling off your chance to get Carnival of Cocktails tickets and year-long memberships to Seattle Cocktail Club.
Later.